It's been 6 years since the last Mario and Sonic game, and now with the Olympic Winter Games currently on television right now, I thought it would be fun to revisit every single Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games and see if they still hold up today in 2026. Now if you don't know what Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games is, fair enough, I don't blame you. The basic gist of it is the current Olympic Games, but all the athletes have been replaced by Mario and Sonic characters. And they've been doing this since the Vancouver Games back in 2008, and their last entry was in the Tokyo Games in 2020. This was mainly during the Wii and DS era of Nintendo, and so a lot of kids, myself included, have fond memories of these games. Now for this ranking, I'm including every game apart from that one Tokyo 2020 arcade game because I have not played it. Before we get into the video, please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy these new types of videos I'm experimenting with doing. It helps a lot and I don't want to have to keep making Nintendo news updates every time. So if you do enjoy these type of videos, please leave a like and subscribe and comment down below which Mario game you'd like me to rank next. But for now, let's get started. Of course, at number 10 is Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Winter Olympics. Now, this game has been regarded as the worst Mario and Sonic Olympic games probably ever released. And I honestly don't blame them. First of all, the controls in this game are just horrible. The Wii Remote is simply unable to handle precise small movement, which Sochi 2014 uses, and you need to calibrate before you start any type of sport, which you would think the Wii U would be able to just, remember that. And if you don't have a Wii Remote, you're mainly out of luck as most of the events use the Wii Remote. And there's only like 4 events that use the Wii U gamepad. So if you don't have a spare Wiimote lying around, then you're really going to struggle to play this game. Another thing that irked me is that the tutorials are like really long. We don't need this long tutorial. I've played the last 3 games, I should know how to play this one. Now, there is a story mode in this game, but the story mode is just fighting your shadow, which is basically a repeat of the story mode in the London 2012 3DS version. More on that later. And because it's a Wii U, I will give it credit, it does look graphically very beautiful, and the menu sounds are quite nice, but the online mode in this game also sucks, because only 4 of the game's 18 events are even available in this online competition, which, why? Only 4 of the game's 18 events are available? That is so dumb. Like, if you've got 18 events in the game, you could at least use maybe 15 and it would still be enough, but 4? Speaking of events as well, for some bizarre reason, there's way less dream events in this game compared to the first Olympics. Overall, as the 4th game in the series, the game offers nothing new. The characters are the same, the story is a repeat of the last entry, and the controls just really suck. Now what's weird is that apart from Tokyo 2020, this is the only game in the franchise to not have a handheld version. And even so, 2 years later, Rio 2016 also had a 3DS version. So why Nintendo didn't choose to have a 3DS version for Sochi 2014 confuses the hell out of me, as 3DS games in 2014 were still coming out. Games like Yoshi's New Island, Kirby Triple Deluxe, Mario Golf World Tour, Super Smash Bros., Pokemon Omega Ruby and Sapphire, and even Tomodachi Life. So why did they not have a 3DS version for Sochi 2014? But they'd have another one for Rio 2016 2 years later? I don't know, it doesn't make sense, Nintendo. Why did you think this was helpful? I don't know, and I guess we'll never know. So this is why I am happy to put this one at the very bottom of the list. Next up, Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games for the Wii U. Now, let me begin by saying I enjoyed my time with this game. There is a lot to unlock, and there is a whole load of guest characters in this game than ever before. But the thing I find underwhelming about Rio 2016 for the Wii U is that there's no dream events. In the Wii U version, there's these things called dual events, and if the dual events are meant to be the new dream events, then this is a massive downgrade. They're so underwhelming and boring, and there's only 3! It's not even dream events, there's loads of other events missing too, like long jump, hurdles, gymnastics, and fencing. Where are all these games? And the 3DS version has more games than the console version. There is this fun mode in the Wii U version called Hero Showdown. This is hands down the best way to experience this game. Each time you win a round, you knock out the player you beat, and you can unlock some pretty cool Mario and Sonic music and costumes at the end. But really, that's the only interesting thing about this game. Another nice touch is the controls in this game. There's no more motion controls, thank God. The only true thing that matters is you play solely with buttons. Regardless if you play with the Wii U gamepad or the Wii remote, you will play more with buttons. And I think it's a nice touch, because the motion controls can really suck sometimes, so I do appreciate them switching to fully buttons. I did enjoy the section where you're walking about as you're me on the beach. It did feel like I was waiting to play Olympic Games in Rio. I will give it that. It did look visually very appealing, but there's not really much else I can say about this game. Mario and Sonic in Rio 2016 is a beautiful looking game. You do get the feeling that you're truly in Rio, in Brazil, which is fantastic to see. I do like that. It's colourful, it's bright, and overall really sharp. The music is good enough as well, but the amount of new content in Mario and Sonic remixes is just disappointing. I think the only new Mario remix is Super Bell Hill. All the other songs in this game are just taken from London 2012. So it's a decent game. If you want to pick it up for the Wii U, you most certainly can. But if you're playing this after you've played London 2012 for the Wii, you will see a stark difference in how much new content is actually added. It's a decent game, I do enjoy it, but there's not enough new content to make me feel happy about the game. Next up, Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games for the 3DS. Now, the 3DS version is a lot better, in my opinion, than the Wii U version, which is actually shocking that the handheld is better than the home console one. As I mentioned, there's more events in the 3DS version than in the main console game, which already tells you the state of this game. The issue from London 2012 takes over to this game is that there's so many characters in this game, yet I can only play as certain ones. I hate that they decided to do this. There's so many characters, why can't we just play as them? Why do we have to be these specific characters? Now, as it's the 3DS, Amiibo is supported in this game, but the Mario and Sonic Amiibos just changed the costumes into Gold Mario and Super Sonic for 24 hours, and that's it. There is also a story mode in this game where you're joining a cult between Mario and Sonic to see who's the better cult, because why not? Now, the controls in this game are clunky. They're improved, but they're still clunky. There's some events in this game where you have no time to press the button because of how fast an action is. I mainly found it during the ribbon dancing when I was trying to press the buttons and there's just no reaction. I was like, oh, I gotta press this button. Oh. I wish they mapped it out so that people with the shorter attention span can press the button in time, but hey ho. As I mentioned, there's no dream events in the main version, but there's dream events in this version? I don't understand what Sega and Nintendo are doing here. The Pocket Marathon is a great idea, and I do like it. You know, it encourages you to get out, walk some steps, and you get rewarded for it. It's a really decent idea for the Nintendo 3DS. But all I get for passing milestones is just costumes and apples. It would be a whole lot cooler to unlock like a secret character, making it a bit more revealing. Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympics for the 3DS is not exactly a bad game, especially if you like the previous entries in the franchise, but it could be so much more. This is the 5th game of the series, and by this stage, it really does just feel like the same 3 games, and there's nothing really new. I mean, some of those games are just reskinned from the London 2012 game. The only really saving factor I could say about Rio 2016 is the story mode. But as I said for the Wii U entry, it does seem that Rio 2016 was lazy, and they just reskinned games from London 2012, both the Wii and DS version. The new additions like the golf, the playable characters and the Pocket Marathon features are good, but for those who already own a Mario and Sonic game, this one might be a different purchase to justify on the new content alone. If you want a good Summer Olympics with Mario and Sonic on the 3DS, my vote goes to London. The first Mario and Sonic game on the DS is... The control system is where the DS is really at a disadvantage. The game is made worse with its terrible controls. Like, they're really terrible. Instead of pumping your arms up and down to run, you rub the stylus left and right. Instead of aiming the Wii remote like a bow and arrow, you use the stylus to move your cursor around and, and so on. Some of the DS games just don't even involve the touchscreen. In table tennis, for example, you just press buttons. Yay, peak gaming. You also can't compete via Wi-Fi connection, which seems like a missed opportunity. It is possible to upload and download high scores for each event, but this is a tedious process and most likely to unappeal to anyone over the age of 5. The missions are actually good and challenging and is pretty much the best feature in the game. It is also filled with one of the worst soundtracks in the series. And when I say worst, I mean it's really bad. Like, the audio is incredibly compressed. The lack of any real multiplayer mode online is probably the biggest letdown of this game. All in all, this is a fun combination of events, despite the gameplay being a little shallow and the controls being pretty sensitive, or it might just be me sucking at the game, I don't know. But this can be an underwhelming experience. Whilst there are plenty of bonus features like medals and emblems and online leaderboards, designed to keep coming you back, the events themselves just aren't up to the challenge, but it is a good first try from Nintendo and Sega, so I would say this is a decent game, but if you want to play the best version of the original, just go for the Wii version. Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games is the latest game in the series. Let's start with the big inclusion with Tokyo 2020. The story mode in this version actually includes a story. I know, shocking. Mario, Sonic, Bowser and Eggman get sucked into a video game based on the Olympic Games of 1964, and their goal is to try and escape and return to the modern Tokyo, where Luigi and Tails are trying to find their own solution. I'm pretty surprised with how the story mode in this game is set up. The map of each world offers unique locations to visit and uncover. There are small areas you can talk to with anyone at hand. Not only did they recreate arenas, but also big Tokyo landmarks like the Tokyo Sky Tree. It's very neat, but never anything deep and worthwhile. Now personally, I would like the story mode to be more open to locations and if they were more explorable. You will get glimpses of the possibility, but the game never truly goes all the way. That being said, story mode is a nice 5-hour adventure to do, but I will never understand why they didn't pick 16-bit Mario to go with 16-bit Sonic instead of 8-bit Mario and 16-bit Sonic. It would have made it look a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. Now again, Tokyo 2020 also has only 3 dream events. It is getting annoying how every game since Sochi 2014 is getting fewer and fewer dream events. Now the game supports both motion and button controls. Now while motion was okay, I found myself having more fun by using the button controls. You get the hang of the buttons just a touch quicker and it feels a lot nicer in practice. Not every motion controlled option exactly feels great, though the dual Joy-Con supported games are pretty neat. Now, I do find it funny that after 6 games in this series, the guys are swimming in proper swimwear, which is pretty funny, but it does lead me to wonder, why doesn't Wario have nipples? While the event selection is good, I do feel that some of the events from the previous titles are missing. I felt like gymnastics, beach volleyball and BMX didn't return, and the character roster has not seen major changes over the last few games. It's the same 20 characters as before. Why can't we have characters like Surge and Rouge and Rosalina, Pauline, or even Jet as playable characters? Overall, it is a great game in my opinion, if not one of the best Mario and Sonic games since London 2012. It's definitely better than Rio 2016 and Sochi 2014, but it is a real shame there's no new game after this one. Now we're into the top 5, and at number 5 I've put Mario and Sonic at the Beijing 2008 Olympic Games on the Wii. This first entry in the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games series has arguably aged the best out of all the others. While yes, the controls are at times wonky and the quality of the graphics are low, I cannot deny that Beijing 2008 is the most feature complete out of the 4. It has obvious gameplay with a straightforward progression, memorable dream events, and a gallery which is single-handedly the best feature in the Wii version. Minigames, trivia, music collecting, these concepts define the series, and they don't get any better outside of Beijing's 2008. There are several extra areas, and when the Wii was still online, worldwide ranking systems to allow you to compete all over the world. Some of the events are genuinely entertaining, and you'll find yourself wanting to go back and beat previous scores on a few of them. This is a fun first game in the series where ideas were fresh and creative, but went downhill after 2014. Now, there aren't a lot of dream events, and yes, the gameplay isn't at its best, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt as it is the first game in the series. There will be mistakes along the way. This game is a must-buy if you own a Wii. The mini-games are very fun, and the dream events are great. The Mario and Sonic series is often unappreciated by many, but I can understand the criticisms for the first installment. While yes, the motion controls are weird and most of the mini-games get boring quick, it is a fun game to play. However, it's not at its best when it's single player. Definitely a lot better when you're playing with others. Next up, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games on the Nintendo Wii. Now, this game is a wintry sequel to the original Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and boy does it follow up beautifully. All of the Olympic events are easy and fun to play. They're short enough to not take up too much of your time, but they're also not too short where you blink and you miss the whole sport. Then there's the characters, which the roster from the previous game has returned, along with some new ones. Bowser Jr. and Donkey Kong are great additions to the Mario cast, as well as Metal Sonic and Silver for the Sonic team, as all these characters are fan favourites for both series and everyone can enjoy the inclusion very much. Then there's the extra modes such as Festival Mode, where you play all of the Olympic events as well as challenge against bosses such as King Boo and Jet the Hawk, and I swear to God that King Boo is cheating in the skiing. I can never beat him. I swear he is cheating! Festival Mode is quite satisfying to finish and is an enjoyable ride. Then there's Party Games, having 3 different ways of playing Olympic events in an organised fashion that's great for when you want to play some random Olympic events. Finally, there's the shops, which allows you to buy clothes for your Mii and stickers and paint jobs for your sports equipment. Not only does this game have lots of content, but it also has a lot of heart put into it. From its cutscenes to its music, even the style of graphics, this game truly is a wonderful sports tale on its own, and probably the best of the Mario and Sonic series. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games succeeds where the original did not. Controls are very well thought out, and every event is enjoyable to play. Dream events are now based off its locations from prior Mario and Sonic games instead of being generic locations. Festival Mode helps it feel more like an actual Olympic Games rather than just a mini-game collection, and numerous cameos from other characters of both franchises make it feel like this is much more like Mario and Sonic. The game also brings increased customization for Mii characters and equipment, letting you add a personal touch. Overall, this game is a vast improvement over the original and an enjoyable party game through and through. In the end, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games for the Wii is a great game. Sega took the original foundation of the first title, addressed many concerns found with it, and made an excellent sequel that does justice to both the Olympic Winter Games and the Mario and Sonic universe. If you like the first Mario and Sonic at the Olympic game, don't hesitate to give this one a try. Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games for the 3DS is one of my personal favourites. I remember playing this game everywhere whenever I took my 3DS with me, whether it was at the shops, at my grand's house, at a friend's house, on the train, on the bus, you name it, wherever I went, I had this game with me. The controls are quite varied, using both motion, buttons and stylus to play. While you don't get the same customization as you would in the Wii version, this game is still enjoyable regardless, even if some of the events are incredibly easy. I'm looking at you, Juno. The story mode in this game is very fleshed out. You don't stay as one character, you have to change characters depending on the event you play, and is very enjoyable. And even the story continues after the main story is finished. The only downside is that you can only pick certain characters for events and the story mode, but the events are so much fun that I honestly don't really mind it. Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games for the 3DS is not only a fun game, but a unique taste into party games. Its controls are very responsive at times, the sports are fun, and not to mention how wide a variety of characters it has. Each character comes up with different stats offering special traits each. Feeling of the game can be pretty nostalgic and modern at the same time because of where it takes place and what system you're playing on. This is one of the best Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. It has a great story mode, staggering amount of events, superb music and more. I've played it for countless hours and it never gets old. At number 2, Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games for the DS. Now, this game is much better than its 2008 predecessor. This game is a must-play for the Nintendo DS. Lots of unique disciplines, awesome music, and the story mode. Wow. Even if some of the events are a little annoying to play, that doesn't ruin the experience at all. The story mode is great, and there's such a cure for details that this title aged much better than I expected. The controls can be a little bit wonky, but when you get used to them, you'll have the time of your life. If you haven't played this yet and you're looking for a good DS game, this is a great option of choice. The DS version is the best handheld version of the games. They have a really good events like Dream Bowling, Dream Hockey, Dream Snowball Fight, not to mention the massive story mode this game contains. Nintendo and Sega did a fantastic job with this game. If you're looking for a sports game with famous game characters just thrown into them, then I think the DS version of the Winter Games is your best bet. This is a game you can definitely keep coming back to with endless repeatability. Out of all the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games games, this one is my favourite for the DS. It doesn't have a single bad sport in the whole game, and the Adventure Tour mode adds a new way to play. Like Mario Kart DS's mission mode, it needs to return to the newer games. And finally, at number 1, Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games for the Nintendo Wii. London 2012 on the Wii is a different experience to Beijing 2008 on the Wii entirely. I think this installment is the best. The graphics are top notch, they compare to Super Mario Galaxy, and this can be easily identified when doing dream events. The gameplay is not exactly more or less the same than the previous titles, but a whole load of new events have been added. On top of some of the new Olympic events, the dream events are fantastic, and the developers definitely got the freedom to unleash their creativity. You will have lots of fun in there. There's London Party Mode, in which you wander in London Street from the top view, competing with other players. It almost serves as a story mode. Different events pop up based on the time and some other events you wouldn't find elsewhere. Some Mario and Sonic remixes are present in the dream events. You can also customize a specific song that you earn to play in the event. This game could easily be one of the best of its genre, though we still regret the absence of a real online experience. That can easily be forgotten when having friends around to play with. To me, this is the best in the series. It has best gameplay, sports, and the most ways to enjoy them. Also, the Wii Emote helps makes this game more fun. Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games is definitely the best that the series has to offer, with a wide variety of mini-games to choose from, with both actual Olympic events along with a selection of the dream events that honestly haven't been topped in creativity before or after this game's released back in 2008. The motion controls can feel like just another Wii gimmick, but at the time they feel all inventive and work well with the systems of the game. If I don't give this a 10, I'm insulting my younger self. Not only are the games fun, but so is the London Party. It was the best Mario and Sonic game until Sochi 2014 came out. The graphics are great for the Wii, the dream events are awesome, gameplay is great, Mii costumes are fantastic, Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games on the Wii is great and 100% worth buying. Does Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games still hold up today? Well, it depends. Some of the newer ones for the new consoles are really bad, but some of the older ones for the old consoles are really great. To me, I think it's a bit of a 50-50 situation. Yes, the game still holds up and you could still have a lot of fun with them, but it would need to be on the older consoles. And that's not to say that Rio 2016 or Tokyo 2020 was bad, but I had a lot more fun playing the 2010 and 2012 games than the later versions on the Switch. But ultimately, it is up to your guys' decision. I personally enjoyed the Winter Olympics and the London 2012 Olympic Games, but some of you guys out there might enjoy the 2016 Rio game or the Tokyo 2020 game. But let's be real, nobody enjoyed Sochi 2014.